Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, April 22nd. It's the middle of the week, and I thought I would offer up another midweek word. Been doing that for the last several weeks. This is kind of one way during this time of interruption. That was one of our words during this time of interruption. I think it's beneficial and hopefully a good contact point for us to just keep in tune and keep in touch. Typically on Wednesdays, there are a lot of people here at the church, and so this is one way to try to maintain some kind of connection with people. And so I want to present to us this morning another midweek word. And the word that I'm thinking about today and this week, especially today, considering it's incredibly beautiful out, it looks to me like it's shaping up to be the nicest day of the spring so far, perhaps in the 70s, calm and sunny. And the word that I'm thinking about today is the word implement. Implement. Because no doubt we have seen a few, but we will be seeing more very soon implements. And we know what an implement is, don't we? Implement, it's a noun. It is an object. An implement is a tool. It's a device that we use to till the earth, and something that we hook behind a tractor, something that we take in our hand and we go out and work the garden and work the ground. And so what we know about an implement is that it doesn't stay a noun. The word implement is also a verb. To implement is an action. And that's what we do with implements, isn't it? We implement them into the work that we have to do. We work the ground for a purpose. Implements have a purpose. We will be seeing implements passing back and forth on the roads, out in the fields, doing the work, the action, that implementation of the purpose that they're built for. Well, this morning I thought we would bring that word implement into our context of caring, because faith is really an action. And so I want to challenge all of us to, especially during this time, to implement our faith. And in James chapter 1, it certainly describes faith as an action, as a doing. And then toward the end of chapter 1 of James, it describes pure and faultless faith or religion, our action of our faith as reaching out to orphans and widows in their distress. And so I think this is particularly now a good opportunity for all of us who can to implement some implements. There's a couple implements that right now I think would be important for us to move into action, and that is a telephone and a pencil and paper, maybe some cards. Take those implements and in an act of living out our faith and a verb, an action, implement those. Call someone who doesn't have connection. A lot of us have the connection of seeing this. We have internet, we have computers, we've got smartphones, but there are many who do not, particularly those who are elderly in nursing homes. Some of them do not have means of communication to even get these kinds of things that many of us now take for granted. And so I'd like to challenge us, and I'm going to be sending out this morning a Bethany bulletin. We haven't had a bulletin for a while just because we haven't been together gathering, but as a staff we've been talking and we're putting together a bulletin. And this particular bulletin for today and for this week has this challenge with it, an implementation challenge to make contact. There are certainly people right in our community who are feeling acute loneliness. And loneliness is a hazard to our health. There are people in our community right now who aren't really interested in continuing with the kind of life that we are currently in. So there's some acute depression, some emotional distress, and we need to act. And so I'm going to be sending out a Bethany bulletin today via email. We'll post it on the website, and it has some names on it. It's got the names of those living in nursing home, care center, but it also has other names of those who may be alone, those who may not have smartphones, access to internet and things like that. And so there's some other names on there as well that let's act. Let's implement our faith. Let's look out for widows in their distress. And so that's our midweek word. That's our challenge for today. And be expecting an email with some names, and you can add to that. You can take names off. Don't hesitate to contact me. But we also have our new Bethany directories. And so I have phone numbers of some in there, but there's also addresses that we can find in the Bethany directory. So please do that. Let's do that as a community so that we can really encourage and speak some life into those who are really feeling this interruption, this isolation in a very acute and painful way. And so that's our challenge for this day, for the days to come, that we would maintain this living out of our faith. May we do that. Have a great week.